Hey folks, welcome to API Testing Postman series part 6. In this video, we are going to discuss about the variables. We'll see what is variables and how we use it. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get more updates. A variable is a symbolic representation of data that enables you to access a value without having to enter it manually wherever you need it. Okay. Suppose in other languages, how do we define a variable? We will define it at the top and then we can use whenever we want. In the same way, here in Postman also we can make use of that variables. This can be useful if you are using the same values in multiple places. If we define a variable at one place, we can use it multiple times. So for that reason, it is very much useful. Variables makes your requests more flexible and readable by abstracting the detail away. Okay. And coming to the scope of the variables, it can be divided into three levels. One is at the collection level, we can define a variable, and at the global level and environment level. So let us go and see in the Postman how it works. So in the previous tutorial, we had created couple of collections and couple of requests. Okay. So in that, if you notice here, certain see here, if you notice, this is https slash request response dot in. So this particular domain name remains same for all the different type of requests, like in the get request as well it is same, and it in put or sorry post request also it is same, and also patch request also it is same. Patch or put request, all it remains same. Okay. Now what I can do is, instead of repeatedly writing this, I can set it as a variable. In case of lengthy URLs, it will be very much helpful. Okay. So either you can parameterize, or sorry, you can set a variable as a URL or any of the data. Okay, in headers or somewhere. All this you can keep it as a variable. So now let us copy this particular portion and see the first way. We know that we can create it in three ways. One is at the global level, one is at the collection level, and another is at the environment level, right? So first we will create it at collection level. To create it at collection level, you can notice there is a three dot. Click on that and click on edit. Okay. Now a new window will open which will have variables. Let us close this. Okay. If you're not able to see, I can just go and change the theme of it. Settings. Um, so here themes, and then let me change the theme to black. Okay, dark theme I have shifted it to. Okay, now if I want to create it as a variable, I have to give a name. So let me give it as a base URL, and I'll change the initial value to the domain name. Okay, and now click on save. So now what happened is, now we have set this as a variable. Now, instead of using this portion, I can replace this with a default format. This is how it looks like. This is a default or defined structure. This is how we have to write a variable. Now, if you notice, here you can see this is the base URL, which is a with scoping at the collection level. Okay, and also it shows what is the initial value and what is the current value. All these details will be displayed. Now even after we changed this path or the URL, it should refer to the particular variable that we have set. So now what I can do is, I'll click on send. Let's see, it should work as expected. See, now it returned me 200. Okay, and also it was working in the same way before. So now it did not change, or it did not affect anything. This is one way. So what will happen if I go ahead and delete this particular variable? I'll go and delete this particular variable and click on save. Okay. So now let's see what happens. See, it is showing in a red color, so which says that unresolved variable. Now if I hit, since it is not available, it will throw me an error. Okay, so this is one way of setting the variable. Now let us see another variable, way of setting the variable. Here in the post request, I'll go and I'll select this particular domain portion. Okay, and then you can see once after I selected that, we got an option called set as variable. Click on that. So from here also we can set a variable. Click on set a new variable and let us give the name as base URL itself. So now we have removed it, okay, from the collection level. So now what another way we can do is we can set it at global level, or at environment level, or at test collection level. So since we have already seen how to set it at collection level, let us set it at global level. So what happens is, now if I go and see here, now it shows that the scope is at the global level. Okay, and here also you can see this unresolved will get resolved. Okay, what happens if I try to access a variable which is set at test collection? Suppose if I have set a collection, a variable at this particular collection, and if I try to access it at another collection, what happens is it will not identify, because the scope is only limited to that particular collection. In that case, we have to set it at global level. So now to view that particular variable what we have set, click on the icon here, which is environment quick look. So here you can see at the global level we have set a particular variable. Okay, edit this and then delete it. Okay, so we saw how to set a variable at test collection level. Okay, and if you want to again set a global variable, what you can do is you can click on this icon and then you can click on add and add a new variable. So now we saw two ways. The another way is at the environment level. How to do it is, I'll create a, click on the environment variable and I'll say base URL. Okay, and then I'll set the same value and click on save. So now if you notice, it still shows there is an error. We have set it at environment level, but still it is throwing as an error. Why? Because here we it is showing it as no environment. So now we will select a one particular environment to which we have set this variable. And now if we go ahead and check, it will refer to the uh, that particular URL, and along with that the scope will be at the environment level. So this is how you can set it at test collection level, and one is at global level and another is at uh, environment level. So this is all about the setting up the variables. If you like this video, please do like it, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.